What's up, guys? This is Tyler Dalton, and today we're going to be talking about something that has added almost $100,000 to my net worth in just 6 months. Today we're talking about the 2 or 3K loan and how that has allowed me to add almost $77,000 to my net worth in just 6 months. So this is one of the many reasons I love real estate. There's tons of other things that I've learned along the way, other benefits that have come along financially, and we're going to get to those in just a minute. But for those of you who don't know, my name is Tyler Dalton. I am a real estate investor, and this is just part of my journey, and these are the stories that I'm telling along the way. So, what is a 2 or 3K loan? What does it mean? How do you get involved? So, this is an FHA product that allows you to put 3.5% down, and you can also build in the renovation cost into this. So, this is something that there's a lot more detail that we're not going to go into today. We're just going to talk about the 50,000 foot view of this project, the highs, the lows, and then what I've really learned along the way, and then the other tricks and tips that I've learned as far as that goes as well. So we're talking about this, and so we put a very small amount down. We bought the property for $220,000, had an estimated renovation budget around $75,000, and then with an after repair value somewhere in the $335,000 range. So all of that said and done, this project was supposed to take just a few months, ends up stretching out a little bit longer than we anticipated. So, you know, if a project goes under budget, under time, then you're definitely doing something wrong. In our case, we went over budget and over time, so we certainly did something right. So, I don't know what that actually means, but in this process, we have learned a ton, and there's been a lot of wins. You know, it's a real estate journey. It's not something that you're expected to know everything off the bat at the very beginning, and if you did, then it would be a totally different time and totally different things than it actually is. So in this process, I've learned how to really leverage a small amount of money and use that to force appreciation in this house. So we knew the area was a good area, had an agent that brought the property to us. He did the full scope of work as far as renovations go. He worked with us to find a good contractor. You know, for us in this circumstance, not everyone has an agent who's willing to do this, to go above and beyond. Our agent was exceptional. He is a good friend of mine and a fellow companion, real estate investor, owns tons of rental property. So I trust his opinion, I trust what he brings to me, and this was a really, really good deal. And it turned out to be a lot better than any of us actually anticipated. So, and we're gonna kind of get that towards the end. But we bought the property, put 3.5% down, and we were going to refinance once it was done. We probably wouldn't be able to bring all of our money out in the deal since it wasn't going to have, more than 80%. We weren't going to have more than, the equity than we anticipated. But based on that, since we have been doing renovations for about 6 months, it takes in that time period for you to renovate, we're actually able to see a number of different homes sell in the area that's really increased the value of our homes. So since then, because of these recent sales, our home value has gone up to $385,000. So that is a drastically different number than we first anticipated when we first bought the property. So in our circumstances, in this time frame, we just really got lucky. It wasn't anything that we did on purpose, on accident. It was still going to be a good deal from the beginning, but this has made it an even better deal. So the home reappraised for $385,000. We were able to refinance the property at a lower interest rate, so we're saving about $300 a month. We're actually having a larger loan, so we're cashing out. We're taking about $30,000 out tax-free. That money's gonna come back into our pockets. We're gonna reinvest that money and use it for other projects. And we still have a significant amount of equity in the property. So we have 20% equity in the property. That leaves us about $77,000 in unrealized net worth gain. So that's allowing us to add that to our net worth overall. And that's money that we can tap into as far as a home equity line of credit. If we want to use that for other real estate ventures instead of using hard money or passive money from investors, we can use this and tap into that HELOC and then use that money to go into other deals and then refinance and get that money back. So there's a number of different things that we can do with this property on top of it being our primary residence. So we have been able to buy something with a small amount of money down. We're able to refinance it, get our money back, and we're also able to create the home that we love and that we really enjoy, and the finishes that we have all done. So we certainly went over budget on things that we didn't anticipate. And we justified that by saying, hey, this is our home. It's going to be ours for at least 2 years. And then before we even think about selling it, And then, so we're going to splurge on a few things. We're going to go over budget and spend. We made a nicer shower than we anticipated. We made it a nicer master suite. We've added, a few nicer features as far as the kitchen and wood floors all throughout that we didn't really anticipate doing in the budget overall. But, these are things that we justified. We initially, and we did treat this like a full-time, investment, like a flip, and we kept up with everything just like we would have with a normal flip. But again, at the end of the day, this was our home. This is somewhere we're going to be living for a few years, so we wanted to make sure everything was exactly how we wanted it and not just, keeping to a very, very strict budget like we would for a normal flip or a normal renovation project. So again, we have learned a lot in this time period. We've learned how to deal with contractors, how to stay on budget. We've learned how to keep up with a date as far as finishing on time with a contract. So there's been a lot of learning lessons, and it's not just about hitting a home run on your very first deal. This is our second project that we've done and completed within the first year, and this is something that we will continue to learn from and continue to reevaluate, look at the things that we've done, where we went over budget or the things that really killed us as far as timeline or communication or budget or credit cards or all those things. There's a lot to learn about in this process, and we aren't experts in the real estate world. And I'm just learning as far every single day. Like, I'm trying to learn something new, talk to people who are experts, talk to people who are doing it right, and just learning the best I can along the way. And for me, it's about progress, not perfection, rather than just getting the project perfectly right and then feeling like I can move on from there. So it's about continually putting one foot in front of the other, finding a new project, working on that, fine-tuning things as we go, reevaluating, which is super important. But this project, we've really done a lot of things well. Like I said, we have substantial equity in the property. We're cashing out. We're reducing our monthly mortgage rate. So things are going well as far as that goes. And then we have a great place to live. So I would say overall it's been a good experience. A lot of headaches along the way. But that's what makes us stronger. We learn a lot. Things are going to go faster, smoother, better next time until the next headache. But, we were able to use a couple different credit cards, which we were able to maximize, the sign-on bonuses on that. So that's going to help us take more trips without using any money. So again, another benefit of using, credit cards during real estate transactions, just real estate in general. Like I always tell my friends, there's so many different things you can learn, both personally, from a business aspect, financially. Just if you want to get involved in real estate, find someone in your area, find someone that you know, and then dig in, take them out, really add value to them. I think everyone always talks about grabbing a cup of coffee with someone. Hey, let me ask you a question. Really find someone and add value to them. Like, what can you bring to them? So it's not always about having someone else with experience pouring into you, because what do they gain from it besides the personal satisfaction from helping someone else out? So for me, I do get questions every now and then. People aren't always sliding into my DMs asking questions about real estate, but from time to time I do get questions, and whether I get them or not, I'm going to share my experiences, and I want to help people out who are out there. So the 2 or 3K loan was something that helped us get into a house with very little money down to do these renovations, and we have a great product at the end of the day. But I don't know if I'm the biggest advocate for the 2 or 3K for a couple of different reasons. Probably won't go into those today, just because I really want to focus on the high-level stuff and the positive aspects of the real estate journey, and not really the negatives that come along with using government-type loans. But another story for another day. So if you have questions, feel free to let me know. If you want me to make a video about 2 or 3K loans, why I don't like them, the things about them, I'll certainly do that. And if you have questions about real estate in general, how to get involved, how to find lenders, all those things, please let me know. I'll be glad to share my experiences with you guys, and just anything real estate related, I'd love to talk about it. So that is it for today. And again, my name is Tyler Dalton, and let me know if you have any questions. Have a great day.